Never mind. So I'm just probably going to continue to talk on this window. So good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Let's Get Moving podcast. I'm your host, Ivan Markovic. And today I would like to go a little bit deeper into a topic that affects millions of people, but yet often remains a silent threat to everyone. I would like to discuss with you about the visceral fat. And that's stubborn belly fat that seems impossible to get rid of. So it's more than just an aesthetic concern to me. It's a very critical indicator of your metabolic health and silent contributor to some of the most problematic chronic diseases in our time. So I'm taking this very seriously, and today I'm not just gonna talk about the basic stuff here. So I'd like to explore, all of the edges and the science behind reduction, specifically focusing on the powerful role of intermittent fasting that I also covered in my book. So we will also unpack the different methods that we can is also based on the latest research and that reveal which strategies are providing most effective. It's not just for weight loss, but also that's truly transforming your internal health and the reduction of visceral fat. But this isn't just about the numbers of the studies. I would like to go in a sense of deeper meaning of why our bodies stores fat, the evolutionary context of fasting, and how understanding these ancient biological rhythms can help us unlock that profound health benefits. And extending beyond that, not just talking about the fat loss, the cellular longevity, and overall well-being. So I would like to also hear your thoughts and your incredibly insightful opinion, and maybe even a live exchanging conversation here. So firstly, let's truly understand what visceral fat is and why it is such a concern to every one of us. So I hope that you can see me here on multiple cameras here as well. So first and foremost, so when we talk about fat here, most people think of that subcutaneous fat, so the jiggly fat that's just under our skin. But there is another fat, far more insightful type, that visceral fat, and this is the fat that accumulates very deep within our abdominal cavity, being around vital organs like the liver, pancreas, intestines. It becomes the organ itself, one that's constantly secreting inflammation here that can compound with the time, and it becomes very hormonal disruptive to your body and disrupt the balance itself. So why is it so dangerous? That high level of visceral fat are strongly linked to an increased risk of type 2 diabetes, not to forget heart disease, strokes, certain cancers, and even dementia. So it is a metabolic troublemaker, above all, actively contributing to the insulin resistance, and not to forget the chronic inflammation and many other things. So that fat you can't always see, but it's working over time to undermine your health from the inside out. And that's the biggest difference here. And for decades now, the conventional advice for losing, this dangerous fat has revolved around continuous caloric restrictions and increased exercise. And while those are certainly important pieces of the whole puzzle, the recent scientific breakthroughs are pointing towards a more complex, perhaps an even more effective approach when it comes to reducing the visceral fat. So, and we want to discuss here about the intermittent fasting. So in this segment, of course, I would like to define what does it mean, and to explore the various forms, setting that stage for our conversation here about the science of visceral fat reduction. So, if we talk about the biology of fasting and what does it mean in a correlation with visceral fat reduction, it's a two uh, uh, practical things that are combined, and we have to put them in the same methodology here. If we talk about intermittent fasting and if we take the step back and look at the biology, why does fasting work? And more importantly, why does it seem to target that visceral fat more effectively? To understand this, we need to start with our evolutionary history. So, for the vast majority of our existence, food was not always available 24/7 as it is today, and our ancestors experienced periods of fast and famine. So our bodies evolved to store excess energy, as fat during these times, and having plenty of food, and to be used as fuel during the times of scarcity, And this is a brilliant survival mechanism. That was a difference back then. However, um, in our, as I said, modern environment, we are continuously in a state of feast, so we're eating constantly. We have access to that highly processed, highly calorie, not so dense food that is around us around the clock, and our bodies are constantly processing those nutrients, constantly also releasing insulin and constantly storing that fat. So we lost that part where we fast, part of that equation, and our metabolic health is paying the price that we can see. And this is where intermittent fasting comes into a place once in a while. And it is not just that, as I like to point it out, it's a way of just mimicking those ancestral periods of scarcity, just triggering that profound biological changes that promote health and longevity. So we need to incorporate that from time to time. So when you fast, several key things happen in your body. Insulin levels drops, first and foremost. So insulin is the hormone responsible for storing fat. So when you eat, insulin levels rises, signaling your body to store energy and to dissect the food. So when you fast, insulin levels drop significantly, signaling your body to start burning stored fat for energy. And this is very crucial for visceral fat reduction, as that visceral fat is highly sensitive to insulin. Then on the other side, we also have a human growth hormone that can be increased. Fasting has been shown to dramatically increase the level of human growth hormone, a hormone that promotes fat burning during the muscle preservation. So this is the key point. And this is the key reason why fasting can help you lose fat while maintaining your muscle mass. Then we have the cellular repair or the autophagy. This is perhaps the most profound benefit of fasting. So when you fast, your cells initiate a process called autophagy, which literally means self-eating. So during the autophagy, your cells break down and recycle themselves. So they recycle the old, damaged proteins and organelles. So it's like a cellular spring cleaning, removing all of the junk out of your system that can contribute to aging and disease. So this is where also come into place. But not to forget, we also have the gene expression changes. Fasting induces changes in the expression of our genes related to longevity and protection against diseases. So it activates the pathways that enhance stress resistance and reduce inflammation. So I would like to try to, I don't know guys, how to change this window. I'm so small here. So let's see, just trying to change the window features here. I'm not that kind of tech savvy, so please bear with me here. Believe me, I hate this.